What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you guys see, we got a new project in. We have the max set for RAM outside. We pushed it out of the way for now. We're waiting on a few parts, but we got this 6.4 swap on the Jeep. We're also going to be doing the 8-speed trans, and we're probably going to be changing out the wheel and tire setup on this truck. I haven't talked to the owner about any other mods, but he's probably going to want to do, axles, drive shafts, shocks, maybe a few other things. But for now, we have the go ahead and the okay to do the 6.4, and we got a 8 HP 70 over here, or 8 HP 75, which is the 8-speed out of a Ram truck or a Jeep SRT, stuff like that. This is a 2017 Wrangler. It's got the 3.6 V6. It's service purpose, but the owner is tired of that. He's wanting a little more power, and he's wanting to, make it sound a little better. So we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna be doing the tear down on this video. I just wanted to introduce it to the channel. He's got this whole kit on the truck. It's literally solid metal. So we're gonna be removing all of this, replacing the pods up top, and we're gonna be repowder coating the whole entire thing. It's a little rusty now. He's had it for a few years, so we're gonna go ahead and while we're at it, might as well disassemble that and make the whole Jeep look pretty nice. We will be using the Jeep Speed Shop kit for the engine. We're gonna be using the Sound German kit for the transmission. We're gonna be having to source a different transfer case, and we're probably gonna get some custom drive shafts made for the truck. As far as the wheel and tire setup, I'm still waiting on an okay for a certain design or a certain tire that he wants to run. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and do the whole drivetrain, and then we'll worry about the wheel and tire setup and repowder coating all of this kit that he has on the Jeep. We are also going to be using the charger shifter, so I have that on order. It'll be here by the end of the week, I think. But for now, we have everything. We're going to go ahead and take the intake off the engine. We have to replace the AC, and we got to remove the idler pulley. We're gonna be doing the power steering from a Jeep SRT, like a 2014 Jeep SRT. The ones that actually have power steering, not electric steering, or an electric steering rack. But yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody's support in the past few videos. We still got plenty more RAM content, but for now we're gonna be doing this one. I know it's not the usual thing on the channel or the usual vehicle to get a 6.4 swapped into, but we're gonna go ahead and show you guys that process. Like I said in the other videos, I'm gonna say it again, it's not a how-to video. This is just a video of my process of how I do it, what things I could run into. Maybe I don't run into anything, maybe it's a smooth application for everything, but we never know. I'm gonna just go ahead and record the whole process, the tear down and the install, and bring you guys along with me. So I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. Well guys, we are back, and it looks completely different now. I did not realize the phone died while I was recording the time lapse, so I didn't get to record anything of me pulling the engine out or the transfer case, but we do have it out. I have it all over here, but here we have the 8HP70 and the 6.4. We're gonna go ahead and get the 6.4 dressed up. I gotta put the AC compressor on, the exhaust manifolds, and bolt it up to the transmission, hook up the torque converter, and put the starter on. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually get the time lapse this time for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get this engine dressed up. The transmission made it up to it, and we're gonna go ahead and get it in the Jeep. Everything's been going very well, pretty smooth. I have the full kit right over here, which is a custom harness, custom AC lines. We got the Ram 1500 exhaust manifolds. We might have to mess with these a little bit. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll find out once the engine's in. We have the dipstick and dipstick tube, all new hardware for the exhaust manifolds. Brand new unlocked PCM. We have the 8HP swap wiring harness with the PCS computer to control it. This is pretty much what any 8HP70 swap or any 8HP really is gonna need for any vehicle. We have a brand new starter, a brand new transmission and transfer case mount, all new hardware, bolts, custom engine mounts, both sides. We have the battery box with the fuse box relocation. Well, we're not really relocating it, but we're making the whole box a little bit slimmer. That way everything else can fit. And then we have the AC compressor right here. I am gonna have to modify one of the mounting bolts, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Once I have everything else in the engine, on the engine, we're gonna mate it up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and modify this AC compressor, get it on the engine, put the belt on, and then we can start working on routing the transmission lines and making some new power steering hoses. I'm not too sure if we're gonna end up doing the PSC power steering pump and reservoir this time around, but if we do, I'll be showing that. If we don't, then we're gonna go with like a 2014 Jeep SRT power steering pump, since 2015 plus do have, well, 2016 plus do have the electronic steering, electronic rack and pinion, so they don't have a pump, a serpentine belt driven pump. So we're gonna go ahead and get that on, get it fully dressed up, get it ready to put in. Once it's in, we'll continue from there. Stay tuned. Alrighty guys, looks like we're coming to a stop for this video. Unfortunately, I ran into a couple of things. Number one, the AC compressor. It bolts up and it has the right plug, but it does not line up to any of the other accessories. So either I bought the wrong one or they gave me the wrong one. I'm not too sure. It doesn't really matter. It just slows me down a little bit, but it's no big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and go buy the correct one tomorrow, and we should have this thing in tomorrow. The second thing I run into is for the transmission. So it takes a bushing in the crank for the 8 HP converter snout, and I realized that this engine didn't come with it. So I do have to go get that part. It's like, you know, a $20 part at the dealership, so I'm not really too worried about it, but I did have to pull this apart. No big deal though. Tomorrow when we get those two parts, I should be able to put it back together and put it in the Jeep. I also noticed I didn't talk about modifying it back here. So pretty much I just took my Dremel and modified it a little bit. This is where the transfer case shifter cable goes, or the mount for the shifter cable goes, the little bracket, and we need to clearance this a little bit for that to fit. And I also tapped the pretty much a feed and return for the transmission lines. Tapped it and then put a fitting on it. That way I can run my custom AN lines to the front to a True Cool and have the trans running at optimum level. So unfortunately, this is it for today. I am gonna end the video off here. I did want to make it, you know, a little bit longer and include a lot more stuff, but unfortunately I ran into these things and I want to get this video out to you guys. I haven't been too active on the channel, but with this project, I think I'm gonna end up posting 3 or 4 more videos before we get the max effort RAM back in here and we get that, you know, that 5.7 fully built and ready to go for that record. Trying to run, you know, I think the record is a 1066 if I'm not mistaken, or 1064 or something like that. So hopefully that RAM can break it, because it's gonna be about, you know, I don't want to say it, but it's gonna be a pretty light truck. So that's for another day. We'll go ahead and get those parts for this tomorrow, and then, you know, stay tuned for part 2. See how it goes. Peace.